Hello everyone, we're going to make my smoothie for Tuesday. I think I'm going to go with strawberry banana today. We're going to get some Torani syrups and see if we can flavor it up that way. But we're going to start with the base, which is pretty simple. It's just some vegetables, some Greek yogurt, things like that. I'll say it as I put them in there. Alright, so we're going to start with half a cup of unsweet coconut milk. What did I do at the top? I'm going to give it a little shake before I poured it. So I'm going to include a little there. And I'm going to be using my Ninja blender. I highly recommend it. Ah, yummy. And probably about a quarter cup of water to help with the blending as well. And put this away. Then we'll add half a banana and our little tofu cube, our little cucumber, 1/3 cup of broccoli, 1/4 cup of blueberries. And this is a great way to get rid of food that's just getting older. You know, your berries or whatever, anything that's starting to get to the point where they just gotta go. And then we're gonna do 2 cups of spinach. The spinach is still nice and fresh. That will help too though, to make it not taste oxidated. So whenever they're fresher, they're better. But with fruits and stuff like that, if they're getting older, they're actually gonna flavor it a little more. However, just be aware that they, you know, especially like bananas, the more mature they are, the sweeter they are, but they are also more sugar and less fiber. So be aware of that. Don't always go for the super mature one. In fact, I think the ones that are, if you were to put a time schedule on it, if you were to say that they are at a 4, like unripe, kind of getting ripe, and then mature, I would go with this one. The one that's a little bit less mature. It still has the flavor and it still has the fiber. You know, somewhere in between those two. All right, we're good with the spinach. Put that away. And you can do this with any vegetable or fruit, of course. Just know how many calories are each item, and just calculate. So we always have our calculator with us. We're gonna have 1/4 cup of our Greek yogurt as well in there for some extra protein. We're getting the protein from the tofu, we're getting the fat from the tofu, and we're also getting protein from this Greek yogurt, and of course we're getting the carbs from the vegetables. And then I'm going to be adding some nuts, and that's about it. We got some of it as well from the coconut milk. So we've got our yogurt. We'll put that in there. And I'm gonna add a little bit of spices to it. I put these spices in there all the time. Just seems to me like it gives it a good base. We start off with a little bit of vanilla extract, 2 drops of stevia. I don't want to give it too much stevia because I don't want to change the flavor of the fruits. Because sometimes I won't even put that in there, because sometimes I can just have the fruit itself. It's sweet enough where it's pretty darn good. A little bit of salt, a little bit of salt with iodine in it, cinnamon, and anise. I like a lot of anise in it because it makes it really sweet. And a little bit of nutmeg, and a little bit of cardamom as well. And that's it for my base one. So I'm gonna mix it up, and then from there I'll go and see how I can make it more banana strawberry-ish. Because as you noticed, I didn't put that much banana in there, right? So we're gonna try to flavor it to be more banana-like, as well as strawberry. I've got some extracts, and I've also got some of these sugar-free Tiranis. And sometimes I have the links down below for things like these, or if you want to get a Ninja or something like that. Helps me out for a commission, but no extra cost to you, and it's already been shopped for. You can just click the link and go. I'm gonna get some ice in there. I'm also gonna put a little bit of xanthan gum so that it stays thick. So I'm gonna try adding a little strawberry extract, a little banana extract, and a couple of those drops from the Loran flavor, super strength stuff. These are usually made for baking and things like that. These things are very useful for when you want to flavor things without adding the actual item in there. And let's see what else. I'm gonna do a little cake batter extract. This makes everything very kind of like creamy, as well as that Bavarian cream from Loran. Those are the ones that I use if I want to make like something taste kind of creamy. I don't know why, but this bottle always like goops down. And this is the stevia that I use. Again, some of these items are down there, just stuff that I found throughout the years that work and help you stay low calorie and taste amazing. If it doesn't taste that good, then I just don't buy it again. But that one's been a staple for quite a while now. For instance, I have this brown sugar one from Torani. I don't love it too much, so I'm trying to get rid of it. Every once in a while, I put it in something. It tastes okay. I think the cinnamon part's just a little too strong. But the Toranis are usually like my thing. I love those things, like the vanilla, the chocolate, the hazelnut. I mean, they have so many flavors. I have a whole cabinet full of them. So I use those to flavor lots of things. All right, I'm gonna get some stuff in here. This Da Vinci brand is also pretty darn good. They have another brand, I think it's called Skinny something, I can't remember what it is. But that one's really good too. And, you know, some of them will have like a weird taste, these don't. And they are cheaper than the Toranis, if that's a thing. And then, I wanted to let you know that vanilla makes the banana flavor come out. So when you go to those ice cream shops and things like that, you know, you're smelling banana like super extreme. It's the vanilla that's actually tricking your brain into smelling the banana. Kind of weird how things work that way. All right, we'll do that, put a little xanthan gum, and then we'll start it up. All right, put a little xanthan gum in there and a little bit of ice. Not too much because we don't want to dilute the flavors that much. But here we go. And you gotta turn it on first. Is it on? Now it's on, okay. All right, so we've mixed it up, and then we're gonna add my nuts in there. For the nuts, it's a mixture of chia, flax, sunflower, pumpkin, a little bit of Brazil, almonds, walnuts. I think that about covers it. And we only have a tablespoon because remember that can add up. And if you hear any meowing, it's a demon from hell. It's my husband's cat that searches for him. Well, make me lose my mind. All right. Did you know that cats have a meow that triggers a mom's brain because they have that high-pitched like baby sound? So, yeah. All right, we're gonna mix this up. To the bottom of my smoothie, I add a teaspoon of cacao nibs. Because they're good for you, they taste like chocolate. And give your smoothie a little crunch. So I add the nuts towards the end and then just blend it a little. So I have that throughout my smoothie so that I'm still having some sort of bite. And that actually helps with digestion because you start to salivate and that tells your body that, hey, food is about to approach rather than just bloop, there you go. And that's kind of similar with like bread. That's why we get the whole grain so that our body is actually breaking it down rather than just like, you know, sucking it up super quick. So I'm gonna pour this into my cup. So be aware, guys, that if you go and get smoothies, you know, they're not always the healthiest option like at a store because most of the time they're adding a bunch of fruit and that spikes up your glucose. And that's a lot of sugar. So be aware of what you are actually getting. So for instance, if you were to get a banana smoothie, If it's a bunch of bananas, well, you're basically having a sugar bowl. Even though it is a healthier option, it's still not the healthiest choice. It's not balanced. You have to have stuff that has protein and fiber and things like that, as well as fats and all that, that are balancing the incoming of the labor for the body. And if you're gonna have 20 bananas, well, that doesn't work. Banana. This is mostly spinach, and it's got the other protein stuff. It has banana in it, and it tastes like banana. Or just have a banana. But bananas are high in sugar and high in glucose spikes. So just be aware that a banana is not the friendliest. You know, berries are usually the friendliest fruit for you. But of course you can have it, and of course you should have it. It has potassium, it's great for you, especially if you're working out. Just balance it all. Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoy, and that's good. Now you can have a green smoothie and flavor it whatever flavor you want, any kind of way. Try to find different ways to appease your senses while staying good.